In this lesson, we are going to practice solving for y. Remember that solving for y is another way of saying get y alone. I have a couple sample problems here we can practice together. In the first problem, we want to get 3y alone. So to get rid of the 2x, we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. That's using the idea of the inverse. We're going to bring down 3y. And on the right-hand side, we're trying to get it into y equals mx plus b form. So I'm suggesting that if you circle both of these terms, to put the x term first and the constant term last. You'll be setting yourself up for y equals mx plus b form better that way. Remember that you could ultimately put those in either order because the commutative property says you could add either way, but we really want to get into the habit of putting the x term first. To undo the constant in front, we're going to divide by 3. Our final answer, when we reduce these values if possible, would be y equals negative 2/3 x plus 6 divided by 3, which is 2. In the second one, be careful because the y term is negative. Again, the inverse, you'd be subtracting 4x from both sides. Be careful not to lose that sign. And again, put the x term first. Be careful this term was negative as well as that term. We can divide by the coefficient, which happens to be negative. What I do to one piece, I have to do to all pieces. Being careful with your reducing and your signs. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. And again, a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So y is alone when the coefficient on the y is a 1. Got a few more examples. Here the y is in a slightly different position. We still want to get rid of the x term first. And notice that the inverse of subtracting 4x would be to add 4x. Bring down that y term. X term first. Divide through by the coefficient. Reduce if possible. If you've learned the idea of the slope yet, you know that the slope will be 4/3 and the y-intercept will be at -4 or 0, -4. And finally for this one, the y is already alone. It just looks like it's in a slightly different format. Remember, you can keep the y alone and just move this to the other side of the equal sign. I didn't really use the idea of inverses or anything. I just took the box from this side and moved it to that side. Remember, it means the same thing. Sometimes students want to subtract here from both sides and add from both sides, but then the y needs to come back and you have to play some games. Just remember, if it's y equals here, it's y equals here. Y was already alone.